Hello badminton fans and welcome to test number 753 and 754. This is the Li-Ning Tectonic 7 Combat and the Li-Ning Tectonic 7 Instinct. Both rackets 150 pounds, available via the link in the comments below. So it's worldwide availability, no problems there at all. Okay, let's get straight to manufacturer specs. Let's start with the 7 Instinct. Weight of the racket 78 plus or minus 1 gram, so pretty lightweight. 312 plus or minus 2, so the balance point significantly more towards the head, and it has quite a flexible shaft. Now the maximum string tension on this are very healthy 32 pounds, which means you can really load up if you like the higher tensions. The manufacturer specs on the Li-Ning 7 Combat, 85 plus or minus 1 gram, so much heavier than the Instinct. 305 on the balance point, so less so towards the head than the Instinct, but then that's because of the weight difference. And it has a medium flex shaft. Maximum string tension, like with the Instinct, 32 pounds. Okay, let's compare the manufacturer specs to the E-Zone specs. The 7 Combat, weight 91.1 grams. That's heavier than I thought it would be. Significantly head heavy. Our balance point shows it at 316 mil. That means that the weight is based towards the head much more than we expected, but it does have a medium flex shaft, as Li-Ning have suggested. The Tectonic Instinct E-Zone specs, here we go. They are 83.6 grams in weight, quite head heavy, so a lot of weight going towards the head with this racket at 333 mil, but it has a flexible shaft, so very easy to use. Now in terms of design, both these rackets, Li-Ning China, absolutely outstanding job. Very different, as you can just tell on the camera there, very different. This is quite light, has a sort of pink and blue combination, beautifully finished. There's no issues at all with the finishing. And this one, a slightly sort of darker brown tone with gold accents on it. Lovely racket to look at, both of them beautifully designed. Here's some pictures, take a look at the design for yourself. So obviously we've tested the Tectonic 7 Combat and the Tectonic 7 Instinct, and we have tested previously the Tectonic 7 Drive. How do they all compare? Well, it's very, very interesting. The Tectonic 7 Combat, my screen's over here if you keep seeing me look away, both of them have really good levels of repulsion. So when you're hitting, the input from the player, the amount of energy the player is putting in to hitting the shuttle, and the return from the shuttle flight is really, really good. Both of them, as with most of the Li-Ning range, really nice levels of control. You get really good control off the bat. On defense, nice level of stability off the racket, and if you're trying to drop in quite tight, they're really good at all of that. Now overall, what we found is, while the 7 Combat is very good in the overhead shots, has a good level of control and good repulsion, it's the Instinct that was the quicker feeling racket, the easier to pick up racket, the one that we felt was easier for most people to get hold of and use, whereas the Combat, that little bit trickier, that little bit stiffer. Now both rackets, I'm just looking at the scoring here, both rackets did really, really well. Overall the Instinct, I would say, is the better racket, but only by a very small margin. Now how does that compare to the Drive? Well, we've had real mixed reviews. Unlike the Black Panther, which has done really, really well, the 7 Drive had mixed reviews. Some people loved it, some people hated it. Why? Because what we've got to pay attention to here is the dimensions of these rackets, how they are built. Now if you have a slightly shorter shaft, slightly longer shaft, people have preferences on timing. I personally prefer a shorter shaft because you get more whip from the racket. The longer ones, you get more reach. Okay, and your timing, there's a timing adjustment. So people who didn't like the 7 Drive is because, and this is not our opinion, this is their feedback to us, saying the shaft with that little bit shorter, racket length overall a little bit shorter, and that gives them a different timing and a different amount of power output through the racket based on what they're used to. So these are really, really crucial elements. Now So bear that in mind before you make a purchase. Look at the dimensions, look at what you've been using, and the dimensions of that racket should be on the E-Zone. We've got nearly 800 rackets on there now, so it would be very surprising if your racket isn't on there. But based on the fact that you say, let's just say, yeah, we're fine with using the rackets with the dimensions they have, which one is better out of the Tectonic 7s? Well, I would still say the Tectonic 7 Drive would be my #1 choice. Racket is, for me, having used it, it's outstanding. It lacks a little bit in smash power, harder to get the power out of that racket, but it offers really good stability, amazing levels of defense, great drive capability, and it's just so easy, so effortless to use. Second in line would be the 7 Instinct, which is light, fast, easy to get used to, flexible shaft, super easy to whip shuttles across court, whip shuttles over your head, just really easy. The 7 Combat, I would say, is for the harder core group who prefer something that little bit stiffer, a little bit heavier, and looking for a racket that offers a bit more weight but still is very fast. All 3 rackets extraordinarily capable. All 3 rackets would serve you really well, but 7 Drive, Instinct and Combat in that order for me personally. Now, you know what I'm going to say now. We love the love. We love all the love we're getting. Kenya, Canada, Russia, America, Europe, India, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia. Every angle of the world, we're getting emails, we're getting contact, we're getting WhatsApp. Now, if you are trying to get in touch with the Badminton Racket Review team, while we do have a live chat, it gets really busy during the day, and some of the chats we just can't get back to in time. WhatsApp is the best way to communicate with us. The number is here, it's on the screen. WhatsApp us anytime, and we will probably respond really quickly, normally within a couple of hours. Don't forget time differences, because often people in India are WhatsApping us during their morning hours and we're still asleep in bed. We're a UK London based company, so bear that in mind if you are getting frustrated with us not getting back to you. But the love has been amazing. Obviously, people who don't like what we do, guys, there's a billion channels out there, just choose another one. The guys who love what we do, keep up the support, keep up the subscriptions, keep up the likes, and don't forget the E-Zone is your platform. It's free of charge. Use it and make the right choices. I hope you enjoy this video. We'll see you on the next one.